Okay guys, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. Please let me know if you can hear me. I want to make sure the mic's working. So far we got a couple people in the room. We got Bobby Birch, NASCAR Kid, Formula GT, AC, Ben Horton. Glad that you guys can make it. It's still early. I'm hoping more people will join. Landon 822. Oh, it's echoing? Okay, hold on a second. Thank you. All right, is it still echoing or did it clear? I hope it cleared. Hold on, mute myself. Okay, hold on. Can you hear me? Oh no, no, hold on. Why is this echoing? Is it echoing still? Hold on a second. Is it clear now? Can you hear my voice? Okay. Yeah, I'm always behind. This live chat thing, it's slower. Okay, so no more echoes, right? And you can hear me clearly. Just say yes if that's the case. If no, I wonder how many seconds this thing is delayed. All right, let me give you guys another second to let me know. Okay, thank you. Everything's clear. All right, so we got a few people in the room. Landon 822, welcome to the live stream. So basically, what I want to talk a little bit about, and this isn't going to be a very long live stream, maybe half hour to an hour or so, but I'm trying to gauge people's interest in something that you've heard me talking about lately. Getting some kind of content creator iRacing league going, right? Thank you. Hey, welcome to the room, Hunter. So yeah, I put up a little poll earlier today. I'm gonna leave it up. So far, 20 people have voted. So people seem, for the most part, wanting to, watch or even join. A couple people are not interested. That's fine. I get it. But the way, I've been wanting this for a while. Really, I was only in one iRacing league in the 3 years I've been on iRacing, right? Hey, what's up, Flaming Tables? So that was probably the most I've enjoyed iRacing, right? Because it gave me something like to look forward to. Like I was actually part of something. And when you're racing in a league, you're racing for points. There's a goal, right? And I think that's one of the things that I recommend to people. Like if you do spend the money to go on iRacing, and a lot of people don't want to do it, and I'm not gonna go out of my way to tell people, hey, you should go join iRacing, um, you know, because that's something you really got to think about. It is more money than most people think it is, right? You start realizing, you're not just gonna come on and use your PS4 controller. I mean, technically, I think you can, but you don't want to do that. So you're going to invest in equipment and a good wheel and pedal setup, and it's an investment, right? It's not just buying a game for $60 and like, yeah, when I feel like it, I'll jump on, I'll have some fun with it, and then let it collect dust. It is something that you should think about if you're actually gonna use it, right? The only time it might be worth it. But for those of you who are part of iRacing, um, you know, I thought maybe like a league with content creators would be interesting, because most of these content creators have a platform and they have subscribers, they have followers, right? I'm one of the guys at the bottom, but I think it doesn't matter, where you are on the food chain. It would be interesting. I think people would tune in, right? Rather than watching random one-off races on iRacing. Like if you knew every Friday night, uh, you know, you'd have this league where all of your favorite content creators or whoever you follow would be a part of it, and I don't know. I would think it's interesting. Like I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if we've seen anything like that. Surely I'm not an expert, and maybe the people have done stuff like that already, but I think it would be interesting. Now, the question is, how many people can we get, right? That's actually part of the YouTube community, or it could be Twitch or whatever it is. If you have a platform and you're in this community, right? NASCAR community, gaming, the case may be, how many people would actually want to be a part of that, right? So I don't really know the answer to that. Can't. Okay, hold on a second. Let me read a couple of. All right. Let's see. Pin aside. Screen doesn't update as fast as we see it. Okay. Duster. Oh, somebody knows me from way back. That was my handle back in the Eutechnics days. Brian Burley says Captain Sleeveless showed off on his YouTube channel today how modders added a rear view mirror to NASCAR 21 ignition. Really? I I might check it out later just for kicks, but who cares? I mean, a rear view mirror is the least of the problems. I don't think all YouTubers will do it. Algorithm will help the smaller channels. Yeah, that's a good point. Why would Radman or eStep participate and help those with smaller followings? At the same point, YouTubers like Mru. I am sorry, I really don't know how to pronounce his name. Mroos, I guess. Don't really use iRacing. Yeah, I don't know who's on iRacing, who isn't. That's number one. I could see why like big YouTubers may not care to do it, right? Because the thing is, I think if you're only doing it to promote your channel, I could see that. But I think it's just participating in the community with other YouTubers and actually being in a league. I think is interesting for the community as well, right? I even if you have a big channel, I think it doesn't hurt, right? Like I could get the point where it may not help them as much, but it wouldn't hurt them, right? From as far as I'm concerned, I'm not doing it like for those reasons. I just want to have fun, right? And I just thought it would be a good way to do it, right? Um, I already got in touch with What If Racing, Brian, and he told me he's not on iRacing, right? So he wouldn't be a part of it, which sucks. It would have been nice to have him. So I don't know, right? So that's the first thing. Like, who would actually be interested in participating? If the bigger YouTubers don't want to do it, that's fine. In fact, I don't really know that many guys, right? I know Elite Precision. I know, just a couple of guys, right? I'd be relying on sort of passing the baton to them, and maybe they know somebody. Fabiano, he follows me to a point, right? And I could get in touch with him probably on Discord. I know I could probably do that, or at least send a message, right, just to let him know if he's interested. And you're right, the big YouTubers probably have too much on their plate anyway, right? But I know a lot of people in the community are struggling right now finding content, right, for their channels, right? There's no new NASCAR games. Things really suck. And they're having to regurgitate really old games. They got to start trying to do it. And some of them do it just because they feel like they have to. And if they had an alternative, they would probably gladly do that. So I don't know, man. I'm just kind of throwing, free balling it, right? Now, one of my subscribers here, Landon822, hold on a second. Let me read a few comments and then I'll get to that. Okay. I've never seen a YouTube type league on iRacing, but I've seen people in the past run them on the old NR 2003 platform, so it would be different. Brian Burley says, well, it opens up maybe the community fixing the game. Landon says, plus it could be a cool thing to have the creators versus the fans. I'll speak about that in a second. Maroots. Oh, that's how it's pronounced. Maroots. Okay. Yeah, I really don't want to mispronounce. I've seen his channel. If he's not on iRacing, that's another guy who's just definitely whatever. Flaming Table says, I watched 5 minutes of Radman's video today, and for me it was a bit childish. I couldn't finish it, but to each their own. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to really microanalyze, Captain Sleeveless. It is what it is, right? He has a following, for what it's worth. I mean, I don't know what to say. Bruce Wayne, if this happens, you got to get We're Gonna Lose. Oh my God. I love his channel, right? We're Gonna Lose is hilarious. I don't think I want to race that guy in a league every week. I mean, really, we're not talking about one all-star race, right? We're talking about doing a league, doing a whole season, right? Do we really want somebody who's in there just to wreck people and have fun? I love his videos, right? He's funny, but I don't know if how's that going to work, right? Flaming Table says, does What If use a steering wheel and pedal set, or does he play on controller? Well, he told me he's not on iRacing. And I've always seen him use a controller, so I have to assume that, he's just on a controller. So, and, I don't even know who's on iRacing. So it makes it tough. And obviously, okay, before I say anything else. So Landon822, whose name is Landon Kimmett, right? I've raced him on iRacing, good clean racer, and he offered to start a league, all right? So he's in the comment section, in the chat. So anything he feels he can add, he can say it. This is definitely something that's just in the design stage, right? Like Motorsport Games, but we're actually trying to see if this is feasible, right? I feel like, you know, I don't think we can get a whole league of, you know, YouTubers or content creators. I think maybe only a couple of guys may want to come and join or be a part of it. If I was like a big YouTuber, then I could probably get people to want to come and be a part of it, but I'm not, right? I'm like at the bottom. So that's what kind of bothers me. I don't know if this is ever something that can happen, right? Um, but I think we can try something. And if, listen, it would also maybe obviously include other people as well, right? I I don't know, like, how do we do this, right? Besides maybe getting a couple of content creators involved, who gets to join the league? Is it going to be just open to anybody? I'd like it to be at least people in the community who we kind of recognize each other or something. I don't know. Like, I don't even know where to go with it right now. But just knowing I can have people to race against the same group, you know, on Friday nights or something, and you know it's actually like points and all that. That's kind of what I want, right? But yeah, I don't know who would want to join. That's on iRacing. So I don't know. That's something that remains to be seen. Let's see. Okay, so he already created the league. He says, all right. So if you want an invite, let me know. So just let Landon know, or maybe Disco can post the league name on Twitter sometime or something to spread the word. I'll do what I can, but that's why from the start I said, you know, this isn't something I can do, right? Because I am not. I'd screw it up. Just even running a league or something like that, I wouldn't even know where to start. So this is why I need someone to just take the bull by the horns and do it, and I'll be part of it. There's only a couple guys that I could probably get in touch with, or just like ask them if they want to or not. And what if is already out because he's not on iRacing, right? And I get it, but yeah, it might not even be something that we can get done. But if we can't, I would at least try to get a league going with you guys, right? I think maybe we have enough people here that maybe want to do it, and then we can just kind of do something, right? I'd like to try something, right? But that content creator league type of thing, it's just something that I wanted to see if it was possible, right? But like I said, if this came from a bigger YouTuber, I think more people would want to be a part of it. Most of those guys don't even know me, right? There's a couple of guys that follow me and interact with me, but that's about it. So it might not be something that's possible. So I don't know. So let's see. We're gonna lose is the Ross Chastain of YouTubers. Yeah, that's true. Alec the Fletcher, welcome to the room. Okay, Flaming Tables. Oh yeah, one of your comment posts was on Black Flag Matters' latest video on Motorsport Games. I cracked a smile when I see the disco ball in this video. Yeah, I did see that. I saw the video. I actually left a comment in the comment section. It's a good video, but it's like what I have to say. I'm glad because in his video, he starts right off with something I've been talking about for years. This whole thing about just automatically buying these games when they come out. And this idea that if you don't buy the game, then the companies don't have enough money to make the game better for the next time. And you have to support them so they can get better. And I've been on that shit for over 10 years. Like, when I first started making videos, the second Eutechnics game had just come out. And we had a Eutechnics forum. Some of you may know me from there. I was 73 Duster back then. Excuse me. And that was one of the things I was fighting. Like in the forums, I would have arguments with people. Then they'd be like, well, if you don't buy the game, how you expect them to get better? And I'd be like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? It's not your responsibility to make sure that a company is financially successful. You have to do a good job. If you make a good product, people will buy it. If you don't, they won't. So I've been having that fight forever, right? But it's good to see other people in the community leading off, reminding people, listen, that those days are over. You got to stop, right? And I'm going to keep reminding people, but you know, pre-ordering stuff. I mean, pre-ordering should not even be a thing. Why in the world would you ever commit to buying something that you don't even know what it is yet? It hasn't come out yet. So these are bad business practices, bad consumer practices, and it just makes these companies continue to look for ways to scheme and to get your money without earning it. So yeah, that Black Flags Matter video, good video, and I'm glad to see he started off with that, and he brought that up. You know, this idea that, you know, people actually think like that, like, oh, you have to buy the game because so that they can get better. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Okay, Jonathan Johnson, welcome. You haven't missed much so far. I'm here today trying to gauge the interest in a iRacing league for content creators, right? But you know, it's early, and let's see. Everyone's starting to finally catch up to what you've been telling those of us who's followed the channel since day one. Yeah, man, you know, you guys know, right? So if you've been with me for any length of time, right? Even not from the start, like just a year or two ago, I've been consistent. I keep hammering that point home that as consumers, we are partly responsible for what happens. The reason that game developers keep finding ways, microtransactions, selling you garbage, skins, trinkets, things you don't really need, and people automatically run out. And you see them in comment sections. They're begging these developers, when are we getting DLC paint schemes? I can't wait to give you $15 for some digital skins. And I tell people, you know, I get it, right? If you want to spend money on garbage like that, that's your prerogative. But you are incentivizing these developers to focus on that instead of the main game. Instead of $15 DLC paint schemes, why aren't you fleshing out the career mode, adding presentation, some pre-race, post-race commentary, some, you know, cutscenes, things like that? Instead of that, they're just, we released the game, it's, you know, it's missing a bunch of shit, it's full of bugs, but you know what, we got to work on that paint scheme DLC. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Not blowing smoke, but it's crazy that everything you call, damn, if that crap didn't come to pass. Sad but true. Yeah, I know that it could be annoying whenever there's anybody who says I told you so, but I do it because I want people to wake up and see that what I tell you, and it comes true, and there's a reason for it, right? It's not to brag. I'm not fucking Nostradamus, and I'm not right about everything either. But to get you to understand, you don't have to be the smartest guy in the world. Just pay attention. The things that I'm talking about, they're obvious. I'm not like fucking some genius, high IQ guy who's just discovering shit that no one can find out. I'm just telling you, why aren't you paying attention? So when I bring these things up and I let people know, because I think it's important if you have a record of, you know, following leads and just coming to the right conclusion, maybe other people learn. And then they realize, yeah, you know what? Use your brain. Why are people doing this? Um, and you can spot what these game developers are doing. You know when you're being bullshitted, right? So I have a good bullshit detector, and I can tell when somebody's full of shit or when they're being genuine. Not 100% of the time, but I'm just glad other people are finally waking up and they're seeing, you know what? Now they're saying the same shit that I've been saying for 10 years. I'm happy. I'm a happy guy. When other people are saying the shit that I've been saying, that just means they're waking up. I don't need all the credit and I don't care. I've said from day one, even the ideas I've had for games and shit like that. If a bigger YouTuber can take that idea and pass it along, take the baton and run with it, that's great, because people with a bigger platform can do a lot more than I can. So it's very tough for somebody like me to get the message out, to be heard, to have these game development companies pay attention. So it's not easy. But when you have a big platform and you have a large following, this is why I'm tough on certain people. So I did not, believe it or not, I don't enjoy criticizing people like Captain Sleeveless, right? And honestly, I could have done it much sooner. But I saw a pattern of things that were really bothering me. And the reason it bothers me is because, to me, you got over 70,000 subs. Everybody knows who you are. So what you do with your platform, it matters. I don't like telling people what to do with their own platform, right? So, but I'm like, damn, man, if you're part of the community and you've always been, you know, a critic, a critic and analyst of all this stuff, and then you take a left turn all of a sudden, somebody has to call it out. So anyway, okay, Alec the Fletcher, I'm in. DM me on Twitter, Disco. Okay, will do. If you're interested, let's see. Landon says I can send you an invite. What's your name on Iris? Okay, so yeah, Landon is in the chat. So if you are interested and you want to be a part of this thing, let him know, right? Because I'm starting to get the idea that I really don't think I'm going to be able to get, like, this idea of content creator iRacing League. It can't come from me. I don't have that kind of following, and I don't think I can convince bigger YouTubers to do it, right? I think a big YouTuber, if they want to do that, that's the way it's going to work. So, I don't want to waste too much time, like, trying to, how do I even go about that? So I'd rather just leave it open and just, okay, let's do this league, and we'll name it something where people know. I mean, Landon did tell me in a DM what the name of the Content Creator League. But I don't know. Can we leave it that name if I'm the only guy there? We got to have some more content creators and see what happens. But Landon's in the chat, so definitely you can let him know, give him your tag, whatever, and he can send you an invite to the league, and then maybe we could figure something out. And maybe, who knows, maybe in a couple of weeks we can actually set up a schedule and just say, okay, Friday nights this time, boom, and we'll run whatever schedule we decide. We can have these discussions on my live stream before then, right? And then you guys can, if you have an idea or something, I don't want to start promising people that everything, any ideas you have, we're just going to run with it. I don't want this shit to just, I want to kind of keep that in the bottle, right? So we'll see what happens. What tracks would you want to see? Only real NASCAR tracks, or add in some others like Rockingham or something? I'm thinking just fixed. Definitely fixed setups. I don't want to get into like custom setups. I want people to feel like whoever's in it, we're on an even level, right? cup cars, modern cup cars. So it just, everybody's on the same level playing field. As far as tracks, I'm gonna leave that open because if more and more people want a couple of these tracks that are not part of the schedule to be included, then I think we should do that. I want to do something that attracts the most people. So that we'll leave that open for now. But definitely I'm thinking fixed setups, cup cars, Friday night, okay? And that's something else people got to keep in mind. If it's got to be like on a Friday night. Like there are one or two other nights I might be able to do it, but I don't know if I could commit. My work schedule is very crazy. I do work overtime a lot of times, but the one night of the week that I don't remember ever the last time I had to work overtime on a Friday night. It's been a couple years. So I can pretty much commit to a Friday night. So hopefully people like that. Hey, what if's in the room? The disco ball got to me late. All right, man. At least you better late than never. Okay, so we're talking about the possibilities of the league. Before I read any more comments, yeah. So just for everyone to catch up, if you're coming in late. So obviously I've been wanting to test the idea of having a league for content creators. I know content creators are struggling to get content for their channels. There's no new NASCAR game. A lot of people are stuck trying to play old games, and so it's really tough, right? But I just felt like, hey, if you had a iRacing league on Friday nights and people could tune in, right? A lot of these YouTubers have their followings, their subscribers. They may want to come and watch, and I think it could be interesting, right? So just freeballing it sounds like a good idea, but then you start finding out a lot of guys are not on iRacing, right? So I know What If did message me, and he told me he's not on iRacing, and I get it. And that's the thing about iRacing. I used to say this all the time before I joined. It's not the same as having a good, well-rounded video game. That's why I've never given up on that, trying to get a good video game, because a video game, it's much more appealing to a mass audience, right? iRacing is kind of niche, and it's not just like going and paying $60 for a game, right? You're paying a fee. You got to get a good wheel and pedal, and it adds up, man. And you got to buy the cars and the tracks, which is something I've always hated about iRacing that I think is real suspect. It's a double dipping business model. I really don't like that. To me, if you're charging people a monthly subscription fee, it should come with everything. How do you charge people a monthly fee and then still charge them for every car and track? Yeah, they give you a couple of free stuff, but they always give you stuff that you don't care about. Half the stuff I got for free when I joined iRacing, I've never used. I used it once to go up in license. That's it. So, hey, Volts, what's up? So, yeah. So it's tough. And now I'm starting to see that how many content creators would more likely join. Somebody did bring up a good point that the bigger YouTubers may not want to join, right? Because they may look at it like, this doesn't help me. It's helping the other content creators who have a lower following. Personally, I'm only interested in having a good time. So I just felt like a content creator league would attract more people, because all of these content creators have a following. They have subscribers. They have people that want to watch. And like I said, they don't have a lot to work with right now, and they're struggling with content. So I'm like, that would be cool. One night a week, Friday night, everybody knows. All of their subs and followers can stay tuned, right? And, cheer on their favorite guy. And it would be cool, right? On paper, but it never works out, right? So, Landon 822 is starting the league, right? So we're still working on details. But honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get other content creators to join, right? It sucks, but it is what it is. But in either case, even if we can get some of you guys, I'd like to get a minimum number, right? I don't want to do a league with like 10 guys, all right? Um, it's just not the same. Like, the more people we can get that can really commit, it's more interesting, right? Just a handful of guys, I'm not sure that's going to be worth it. Um, I'm not even sure what's involved in running a league. I've joined a league one time. I remember I paid a fee and I just raced. I showed up and raced. So I don't know what's involved with it. So, I am grateful that Landon here is going to do it. But so I'm going to have to let him take the lead on actually, what we're supposed to do. I don't know if there's going to be a fee, right? I'd hate, but I don't know, right? So Landon is going to let me know. But we're thinking fixed setups right now. That's the only thing that we know. The current cup car, fixed setups, no custom setups, and the schedule's still in the air, right? We'll figure that out. He did ask me if we're just gonna do a hardcore, you know, real life schedule, or we're gonna also add tracks like Rockingham or other stuff that people might want to race at. And I'm thinking we're gonna try to gauge the how the community feels, right? So if people want to race other tracks that are not on the schedule, definitely want to be open to that. So I don't think right now I'm fixed on anything hard except fixed setups and a cup car. So Landon 822 is gonna be running the league, and he's in the chat for those of you who are interested. So he can send you invites, and then we'll continue to figure it out. And the other thing that I'm really hard on is Friday nights, right? I don't know what time we could figure that out, but Friday night is the best thing for me, and it really makes things fun, right? If you're on iRacing already, being in a league, it does make things more interesting than just doing random stuff. So I'd like to try it and see what happens. And who knows, maybe some of these other guys in the YouTube community may want to join. This is just the first. We're in the design stage, right? So to speak. So let's see. Oh my God, yeah, I remember Town Hall Motorsport Games meeting from the dumpster fire backlash, and you had people in the live asking, when is Legends DLC coming out? Yeah, they'll never go away, man. For me, it comes down to the larger your platform, you like it or not, you are in the front line for that community. Yeah, that's true. We need people who have the community's best interests at heart, like Jeff Fabiano does. Yeah, I respect Jeff, man. You could tell he's not a bullshitter. Like, he's just there to have fun, and he's not shilling, and I respect that. And to be honest with you, this is not a bad community. Like, most guys I've seen are pretty forward. Like, they just want what's best. As far as shilling goes, there's only two people that come to mind. Captain Sleeveless, obviously the most embarrassing case. And I don't want to throw his name out there because I don't know him that well. I think it's Joey Stone, but seems like a nice guy. I've seen a couple of his videos, but I don't know much about him. But I don't know if it's him, so I want to be careful. But there was that one guy, and then it turned out later he even admitted he had stock in motorsports. I don't know how much stock, but he had some stock. And to me, once that is the case, then it does compromise you, right? You might be a good guy, but it does put you in a compromising position. All right. Let's see. Landon says I can always change the league name. Yeah, the league name may change. Like, you can't call it content creators and there's like two guys in there. So maybe we'll change it to something else. Maybe some disco something league. Not because I want my name, but this way the community knows what it is, right? Instead of a random name where, I just I'd like to attract people to it. Or if somebody has a better name, that's fine as well. But, you guys can let me know what you think. Maybe we can come to a consensus. Flaming Table says, if I know this will be a thing, I'll bite the bullet and purchase iRacing. I'd hate to buy iRacing and not get any use out of it. This would be my only interest. So this is the one thing I'm going to tell you. I don't want to go out and tell somebody buy, because it's a commitment. It's not just the fee, the monthly fee. It's you got to buy cars, tracks. You got to have a good wheel and pedal set. It's not like buying a fucking game and playing on a controller. It's more of a financial commitment. And I would say you really got to want it. And also, you commit that kind of money and you get in it, and then you figure out maybe this league thing doesn't take off. And to just join one league, I don't know if I could recommend it. Like, to me, if you're already on iRacing, it's a no-brainer. If you're not, I don't want to feel like, oh, man, somebody went out and committed to this, and then it's like, okay, it's not what they thought it was. You really got to do some research and think about it. And if you're not going to actually get more use out of iRacing, I wouldn't do it just to join a league. So I'm just being honest. And I definitely don't want to lead somebody to think, oh, look, this thing's going to be a big deal and it's going to be worth your money. No way. Like, I don't want to do that. I would feel bad. Like, if somebody wasted money and then it's like, this shit doesn't even take off. I want to know that if we go forward and we get enough people that commit, that we're actually going to run the league. I remember on one of the early, I might have been NASCAR Heat 3, and somebody was doing a league, and I joined this league, right, on NASCAR Heat 3, and the shit got out of control. Second week, I actually got kicked or something. Like, everything was fine, and the guy didn't like the way the race finished or some shit, and you know how it always happens. Somebody blames somebody for wrecking them or something, and then the guy running the league was his friend and whatever, and they just, like, I wasn't part of it anymore. And I would honestly, I didn't care, because I'm like, if this is what this is, I just don't care. So I just want to have some fun. I don't want people that take it too serious. I just want to have a good time, and it'd be nice if we had a community that could come and be a part of it, and then who knows where it can go from there. And then maybe if that gets somewhat successful, then maybe other YouTube creators would want to join later, and it's like, oh, okay, this is cool. I noticed that IDK Player has this Mr. something, and he actually does iRacing League, but he's an announcer, and it seems popular. I haven't really watched it. I saw a little bit of it, but things start off slow and then they take off, but these are all guys with big followings, so we need people who have the community's best interests at heart, like Jeff. Okay, I read that. We can always change the league name. Yeah, I don't suggest buying just for that, just to be in a league. You got to think about it. What if says I'm late? Disco Ball got to me late. Hey, better late than never. Alec the Flesher. I've always had the best interest for the sport in our gaming community. That's how I built my brand and my following. I gotta check. You gotta, if you got a YouTube channel, let me know. I'll check it out. Volt says, good evening. I'm glad you made it. Same to you. We need to come together at this time because there's so many creators who won't Won't even talk to others. So unity. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some of these guys know each other, some don't. NASCAR Kid Formula GT, yeah, that's like 600 for a good wheel and pedal setup. I mean, look, you could get a low, you could use almost any wheel pedal setup. You don't have to have like fucking crazy equipment. I don't want to lead people to believe that, right? I spent a lot of money because this is my hobby. And I don't work on cars anymore. I actually sold my Challenger. So yeah, and I want to enjoy it. So, but you don't need to spend that much. But even if you get a cheap wheel and pedal setup, you got to pay for iRacing, and then you got to buy cars and tracks. So if you want to run a full NASCAR car schedule, most of those tracks are not free. And they charge 11, 12 bucks for most of them, and even the cars. So, which is, it just doesn't make sense to me. That it really is a ripoff, in my opinion. If you're charging people a subscription fee, how do you turn around and then charge them for cars and tracks? It's just, I don't like that business model. Craig Sassamon, welcome to the room. I would be down to get in this league. I just need to get a new PC, and I'll have it real soon. Started my own channel, only have 15 subs if that qualifies. I'll keep following this idea. Yeah, I don't care, I don't have a minimum thing. I don't care. I'm a small YouTuber, so that was the original intent. But like talking about it, and I could see, I'm not sure we're going to be able to get a lot of guys. So I'm leaving it more open to anybody. If we can get a nice group of people in the league, Disco Cup Series, whatever, and let's just have fun with it, and then we'll see. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you want to join, and you're a clean racer. I don't want people that come in with a 5,000 I rating that take it super uber seriously. This is for people that just want to have a good time and race clean. Yeah. Flaming Table says the league will be so good that a 3-year-old can pick up and join the league. Yeah, 3-year-old with a hand controller. That's insane. To this day, that was a red flag from the start. Oh. Volt says, to be fair, he done some downplaying to not burn a bridge. I don't know who you're talking about. Captain Sleeveless. Project 94 Disco Cup Series. Yeah, man. Discar Cup Series. Yeah, I mean, I'm open to anything, but I'm proposing Disco Cup Series. And then if somebody has a better idea, that's fine. Or if we can get a decent number of content creators, then we'll call it the Content Creators Cup Series, which is what I would hope. But I'm not. My hopes are dwindling as we speak. Landon says there wouldn't be a fee. I'm not trying to make money here. It only costs $10 to start a league. No big deal. Thank you. Appreciate it. And yeah, I want it to be something that people can just join and have fun. I don't want to make it bigger than, And I think those other leagues, they charge a fee. They actually have like people doing commentating, announcing, and it's like a television presentation with a channel, and you go and you can watch the race like you're watching on TV. And so you got to actually raise money for that. This is just going to be a league, a meetup and run league type thing. That's fair. I appreciate the perspective. Oh, hold on. Man, every time I scroll, it goes too far down. Hold on. Okay. I appreciate that perspective, Disco. I'll make sure I think it through before I make the commitment. Yeah, think about it, because even I knew it was expensive. And then when I actually joined and I started buying the cars and tracks, I'm like, what the fuck? It just kept adding up. And it was like, yeah, this is wow. I don't regret it, right? But a lot of people, you know, that's a lot of money for a lot of people, and I get it. So yeah, just make sure that I would say this. If you feel like you're gonna spend more time on it and actually do other stuff with it and run just like use it like everybody else, that's fine. But if you're being pulled to it because of this, like, hey, I want to race with you guys, I would say don't do it. It's not worth the money. And we don't know where this is gonna go. It might end up being a nice league with a large group where we can have fun and then make it even who knows where it goes, right? But the chances are it may not be that. So I definitely don't want anybody spending money having remorse, buyer's remorse. Bruce Wayne, I have a blast on iRacing. I use an Xbox One controller. Oh my god, how dare you? I'm just kidding. I mean, if you're good with a controller, that's fine. But I never, I always thought that was a myth, like a unicorn. But I guess there are people with hand controllers on iRacing. But I don't know, man. It scares me. Uh, have 10 oval wins, 250 starts. That is amazing. That's amazing. I've been on iRacing 3 years. I have 3 wins in 3 years. Okay, and I don't know how many starts. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go check. Hold on a second before I go forward. Hold on a second. Oh my God! Hold on, guys. Stay with me. Let me start iRacing. I just want to check something real quick, just so you guys can see my embarrassing stats. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Properties. iRacing. Okay, hold on. All right. Let me know if you could see the iRacing screen. Okay. Before. All right, hold on. Can you guys see the iRacing screen? Man, this thing is a real delay. Just give me a minute. Oh my God, I wonder how long does it take for the chat to move? It feels like it's like a minute behind or something. Alright, hold on. In either case, let me pop this up. Where's my stats? Hold on a second. Oh, wait. Results and stats. My results. No, hold on a second. Where are my stats? Okay, stats. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. If you could see my stats. Okay. I don't know if it's on slow mode. How do you change? Hold on a second. Nope. I don't know if I have it on slow mode. I didn't go out of my way to put it on slow. So you can see my stats. 809 starts, 3 wins, 91 type 5s. Wow. So I'm like almost BJ McLeod on iRacing. So anyhow. Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to show that real quick. Hold on a second. Let me get back to this. Here we go. All right. Okay. Let me go back, read some of those comments. That's fair. Blah blah blah. I have a blast on iRacing. Use a controller. All right. Flaming Tables. My man got thumbs of Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson. That's amazing. If you got 10 wins in 250 starts, that's good. Wow. Very hard to do. I might be slightly insane, but I don't care because I have a lot of fun with it. Definitely get my money's worth. Yeah, man. If you don't have to spend money on a wheel and pedal, more power to you. What if Racing says, I'm not really in the community circle, so I don't really have the pull. There's some behind the scenes stuff that I don't want to be a part of. I don't blame you, man. I could imagine. All right. Flaming says, I don't blame you, Disco. I've had my wide body scat stolen 3 times. How does your car get stolen 3 times? Oh my God. Do you find it like on a milk crate, on milk crates? It's not even worth it anymore. I'm buying an old 86 Regal until I move away. Yeah, man, 86 Regal. You could do like a clone of a Buick Grand National, right? V6 turbo. I know about those cars. I've always been a Mopar man, but I know a lot about cars, man. I've worked on a lot of cars through the years. Over 30 years. I've built cars. I had a 69 Plymouth Valiant with a 408 stroker motor. I built it from ground up. So anyway, Craig Sassamon, I'll try my best to be clean. Doesn't always work out. Yeah, man, that's racing, right? A NASCAR kid. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. NASCAR Kid Formula GT says, I didn't think you could run on iRacing with a hand controller was possible. I know you could do it, and sometimes I hear people joke like, oh, somebody's in here with a hand controller, but shit. Right. Do you have slow mode on? I don't know, man. Maybe it is slow-mo. I didn't really go out of my way to check off anything in the chat box to make it slow-mo. So, let's see. Hey, man, that's a decent Kyle Petty, Michael Waltrip career. Yeah, I don't know. Landon says, Mopar, more like no car. LOL, I'm a transmission rebuilder for Ford. All cars are junk. Yeah, man, that's the one thing I've never done is rebuild a transmission. I've done everything else you could do to a car. Yeah. Volts outsourcing. I don't know. What do you mean? Okay, guys, look. So, I want to start winding this live stream down. I got to go do stuff. So, hold on. Disco Ball sent me, but I'm late because I had to eat. Welcome, Bobby Birch, but I'm about to start winding this down, right? Want to get this done. So everybody's gonna, if you guys are interested, Landon 822 is gonna be running the league. So right now the only thing that we've locked for the most part in, we're gonna try to do this Friday nights, and it's gonna be a cup car and fixed setups, right? No custom setups. That's all we have at the moment. We'll figure out what we're gonna do in terms of a schedule and what tracks people want to run. I'm gonna try to live stream Monday night, okay? When I'm at work. I'll send you guys the old disco ball alert. I'll try to do it for more or less 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock. It seems like a lot of you guys do join a little bit later, so maybe 9 p.m. if that works for you guys. I'll try to live stream 9 o'clock on Monday. Just to be sure, I will send out the disco ball alert, let you guys know. I'll live stream 9 o'clock Monday night, and then we could have a deeper discussion about the league, and we could try to figure something out for when we want to start, what kind of schedule you guys want to run, and maybe get an idea actually of how many people are joining, who's going to be in it, and then we could figure it out, right? I'm hoping to get a decent number of people, right? Like I said, I don't want to have a league for 10 guys, right? So if we could get a decent number, I think we can have something for people to have fun. And who knows? If you happen to be a YouTuber or somebody who's a content creator and you want to be a part of this, you know, welcome. That's what I'm looking for, to have people involved like that, and let's see where it goes from there. Okay, so who's going to keep track of the points in this league you speak of? And Landon says iRacing keeps the points for you. And I'm sure he knows what he's doing. So all you guys got to do is show up and race. And you'll be able to follow it on iRacing, I'm assuming. There's not going to be like a fancy website or anything. A lot of leagues have their own websites and things like that. So yeah, if you're on iRacing, you'll be able to follow it. And I'll do my best to update, like keep everybody updated, weekly, right? I'll come on, I'll do a live stream, I'll talk about the league, and I'll show you guys point standings or something. I'm really the worst person for any of this stuff, but I'll do what I can, right? So right now we're just trying to get people to see who's really interested, right? And if you're not sure, I want guys that can commit. Okay, first time they stole it, they left on the main road because they hit a curb. Tire was on the rim. Second time, it was stolen at the dealership after staying overnight. Latest time was stolen from my girlfriend's apartment complex. They haven't found. Let me tell you something, man. These Chargers and Challengers are the hottest cars on the street. They are the hottest cars, and they're a magnet for thieves. I'm lucky that I've had that car as long as I did, and I never had that issue. I do have my own driveway and garage, but it doesn't matter. You go to other places and they'll leave the car will be gone. So I sold it. I wasn't getting as much use out of it as I live in New York. This is turning into a real shithole. So I decided to sell it, and yeah, it sucks, but I'm in the virtual world now. So Bobby Birch 1000. What track is better, Old Atlanta or Charlotte and Martinsville or Bristol? Whatever tracks you pick out of those two tracks. I love Old Atlanta. I love Charlotte. I like all these tracks. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We're gonna get a nice schedule, that everybody more or less can. And yes, Daytona, Talladega will be part of it. I know you guys love that stuff. So I'm not gonna dismiss tracks I don't like. I'll race whatever. I would join if I had iRacing, but I have NASCAR 2003. I feel you, man. Project 94, I'll be watching from the stands. Very well. If there's... it'd be nice if we can get somebody to stream it, but like a TV broadcast. I don't know. How would that work? Yeah, I'm thinking too far ahead. Let me stop there. We could talk about this Monday. Okay. Landon says, see you later, Disco. Thanks for trying to get the word out. Yeah, I think it's time to call it. So yeah, people are aware. We're going to try to do this, right? Cup racing, Friday night, league, and, let's see if we can get enough people where we can do this and it gets... we get the ball rolling. And Flaming Sable says, thanks for getting the ball rolling, Landon. And thank you, Landon, for reaching out. I appreciate it. And that's what we need. Somebody who knows what they're doing to run this league. I just want to have fun. I just want to show up and have fun. I can't be in charge of any of it. So we'll figure things out. So hopefully I see you guys Monday night. I'll try to do it around 9 o'clock. And I will send out the disco ball signal for you guys to remind you. And we'll have a deeper discussion on this. And we'll talk about the weekend racing and all that stuff as well. So I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for showing up. And yes. So good night, guys. Later.